Hi guys, I'm here again with another um, layout process video. This one's called Happy Birthday. Um, it's just a couple of pictures of my husband celebrating his birthday and really enjoying the candles on his. Well, I think he's just really enjoying his time and really enjoying the fact that he really liked his cake. I'm pulling out some elements here that I wanted to use. I didn't end up using those Studio G stickers. I did end up using some stickers from the Dear Lizzie pack. I'm using the Birthday Wishes pack from Pebbles here. I didn't end up using those stamps, but I did end up using 2 of the 3 thicker sets, which is fine by me. I realize now that in scrapbooking, I don't think I really use a lot of thickers unless I make myself use them. So I know from now on not to purchase too many of them. I have a few more packs that I have acquired, mostly because I would find them on Tuesday morning and I'd be really excited to find them and buy 2 packs because I would figure I'm going to run out of owls, and that's what I ended up doing. So I have accumulated quite a few, and then I also have a few more from Scraptastic kits that I used to get. I think I only managed to get about 6 to 9 of those kits. Here I'm using the Fiskars Border Punch, the scalloped one with no holes, so it's just a solid scallop, to border blue, that teal polka dotted paper. And I cut out some of the pieces just for time's sake. I matted the photos together, they're 2 little 3x4 photos, and I matted them with a striped colored paper. And this layout was loosely based on the one that the Pebbles paper pack has on the back, and also from the layout. And also the element, I have some candles that I made out of rolled paper, which you'll see later in the video. I also got that from the back of the paper pack. It has a picture of a birthday card on there. So I didn't cut out flames for the birthday candles. I just ended up using big gold sequins from Teresa Collins that she had in a 3-pack of sequins. It was like a turquoise gold and then some like soft gold stars. And so that's what I ended up using. Here's where I realized that I wanted to have an element to take up more of the white space. And so that's when I started doing the candles. And so I used some of the papers. Honey, Orion, could you not scramble the Lego so much? I'm sorry if you hear that noise in the background. That's my son playing with his Legos. And he gets kind of crazy when he's trying to search for something in the box. So anyway, I use the scrap pieces of paper. That I use to mat the photo and to also create some of the elements on the page. And I use those, so I end up with 5 pieces of, I end up with 5 candles. And so here I'm rolling the first one. And this layout came out pretty quick, especially because I didn't have to think about how I was going to piece the papers together and what type of layout I was going to make, because it was right there on the paper pack for inspiration. And so I didn't have 2 4x6 photos, so I just made it work with the 2 3x4 photos, and then I just tried to fill some of the white space up with elements, the title, journaling, and then some stickers, and of course the candles, which took up quite a bit of real estate on the layout. So I was really happy with it, even though it took a long time to make. I think I was sitting down for about an hour and a half or so, maybe even 2 hours, trying to make this layout, but it came out really nice. Even though there's a lot of elements on the page, to me it seems really simple. And I guess it's because it doesn't have a lot of inking or a lot of... I didn't have to think about where I was going to lay elements, because most of it was done on the layout that was on the paper pack, and so I didn't really have to think much about it. And I guess that's why this was really fun. I didn't like how the top left-hand corner elements were kind of competing with each other. due to the size. And two of those are Dear Lizzie stickers, that red one and that square sticker. It's a heart that has a U on it, the letter U, so it's like love you. So I cut the red one into a pennant or a flag, and then I punched the heart. I think the size of the heart is a 1.5 inch heart punch by American Crafts. And then I figured that I wanted to use these stickers. And so they all have like these endings. They kind of like stick up so that you can continue the next letter. So I had to go in there and cut them apart, or cut those so that they could fit nicely and not be too scattered out. Here I jumped onto something else after I rolled all those candles. And I glued that orange element. It says it's your day to celebrate, to hide the scene from the photos. And that's also from the paper pack. It's just one of the scraps that I had laying around. Here I'm trying to cut out those white pieces from the party time to make it look more like a sticker. And then I ended up edging it with a glitter marker from American Crafts, and it's like a bluish glitter type of marker. I found a border strip or something of the sort, and I ended up cutting little words that said word flags, and one of them said celebrate, so I put it right over the party time photo, or I'm sorry, party time ticket. I also cut one to go on the top left that says hooray and celebrate. So I'm putting that element together, and that completes that side. I decide that this is where I'm going to stick everything down, and I'm going to commit to the layout. And so now I'm starting to stick everything down. Here, my ATG makes an appearance. And so I start laying all the elements down. I start putting the candles down, and then it was kind of hard to keep together, and I knew that it was going to take a while to, like, if I glued them down with wet glue, I was going to have to like hold all of them together, and holding them while gluing is going to be real hard. So I just decided to glue them on the back with a scrap piece of paper, and then tie them with twine, not exactly like in the photo that the card inspiration shows you. And oh, I showed you right there. That's great. But sort of like it, because I didn't want to fuss too much with it, and I didn't have the same type of twine. Mine is like hemp by this company called Hemptique that I picked up at Tuesday Morning, and it's called True Hemp Twine by Hemptique, and it's in a like a what do you call it? Like a cream color. And there it shows you that it comes in other different colors. There's a blue, an orange, and a green in that pack. And so I just glued all of them together. I wrapped the twine around it. I was trying to tie a knot or a bow in it, and I said I was fiddling with it too much. So I said, I'm just going to glue this down, and then I'll make a bow and glue that on top of it. So I'm trying to get my elements together to make sure that everything fits. I glued that label down with the glue that I was using, which is that Elmer School glue. And here's where I take the sequins from Teresa Collins, and I glue those over the top of the candles. And I glued them not directly on the paper, but I got 2 pieces of foam tape. I have this foam tape that I buy at Big Lots because it's like super cheap. It's like usually like a regular circle. I don't know if anybody buys like regular foam tape over at Target or at Walmart. They're usually like $4 or $5. I think that's insane for a small circle of glue tape. I go to Big Lots and I find it over by where they have the car parts. I think it's like $2 or $3. So sometimes when I go, or I find that I'm low on foam tape, I go over, I buy 2 or 3 rolls, and I'm good. I'm set for quite a while. I guess I might not use foam tape that much, but here I am putting the birthday letters together, and this is where I'm cutting them so that I can make sure that they all fit. And it's just that loopy, I don't know what it's called, but it's that loopy part of the letter that it ends with, so that I cut that over so that it can fit. Here's where I add the happy and the other elements. I added this extra candle element, and I tried to look for another sticker to make it fit. And so this is where I decided that I'm either going to add enamel dots or glitter, and then I'm like, I'm going to add these other sequins from Teresa Collins. So I add these they're shaped sequins in a soft gold, and I'm really glad that I used this because it's not competing with the gold from the shiny gold sequins that are supposed to be like the flame element in the candles. I wanted to put the sticker that says a laugh is a smile that bursts, but I kind of wanted it to jut out from the end of the paper, and all I can think of was, what's her name? Chamel. And trap space right between the candles and the yellow sticker. Anyway, I write down my journaling, and I say, this ticket is valid for Dwayne Allen to have an incredibly awesome time. Love you. And I dated it August 16, 2014. Here is where I put the foam on the sequins, and I think that's what finishes up the layout for me at this point. The cupcake element was from an American Crafts 2-sticker set, or dimensional sticker set too, and I set that over the birthday word because I didn't want that empty space. And that pretty much completes my layout. I hope you enjoyed. Give me a thumbs up if you like this page or if you like any part of the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and have a great day. Bye.